Howdy, folks. Today we're looking at Camelot 3000 number 2 from 1982 in DC Comics. There's something more than a little admirable and more than a little daffy in the ambition articulated in the stated desire to produce a direct sequel to Mallory's Mort to Arthur. That it comes together as well as it does is arguably down not to writer Mike W. Barr, but to the artist Brian Bolland. DC's luck in finding a clutch of burgeoning superstars across the pond in the early 80s changed the course of history for the company and the industry both. Hardly a new observation, but it's worth remembering for all the fuss caused by the writers of that cohort, it was the artists who made the earliest and most immediate impact, with Bolland the vanguard of the vanguard. Of course, the problem for Camelot 3000, especially in hindsight, rests in the fact that Bolland wasn't inking his own work, with the finishes for this issue in the hand of Bruce Patterson. It's standard, practically cliche for anyone encountering the series for the first time to bounce off for that precise reason. Sure, it doesn't look as good as it would if Bolland had finished himself, but that's no knock on his inkers. The only person that's really any kind of knock on is Bolland himself. The facts are plain in the historical record. The choice was not between Bolland inking himself and being inked by others. The choice was between Bolland on pencils or no Bolland at all. If he had wanted to ink himself, we'd still be waiting for the last issues to ship. Camelot 3000 was, at least ostensibly, supposed to be a monthly comic book, but ultimately needed an extra year and a half. So you can't say Bolland didn't put his back into it. The results undoubtedly elevate the material. There's more than a pinch of 2000 AD in the finished book than an alien influence to the North American market. Barr is an American who, by his own testimony, fell in love with Arthur in college. Bolland, an actual Briton, seems less invested in the pomp of ancient fables and more in the shock of the grotesque sci-fi future, in which convicted criminals are transformed into hulking lobotomized security forces, and rich industrialists escape the consequences of an overcrowded Earth on satellite mansions.